What is going on, community? What is going on, people of Earth? I am Flash by Night. This is the Flash by Night channel, and this is another episode of The Re-Up, where I show off my new comic book day books and whatever books I picked up along the way throughout the week, or I guess maybe 2 weeks. It's been a while since I've been on with new comic day pickups. I didn't get a lot last week. I didn't get a lot this week, but putting them together, I've got a decent size haul and some fun stuff to show you, and I think you are going to enjoy it. So before we start, do all the good YouTube stuff. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the share button. I never asked for that, but hit the share button. And we are going to kick it off with a book that the whole community seems to love. Or not. I made a mistake, but we're not going to edit it out. We're going to start off with 7 Secrets number 18, a book that the community should love. This is the wrap up to 7 Secrets as a series, issue number 18. I have read it already, and it was a pretty satisfying ending. I could have dealt with another issue to kind of spread everything out we got in this issue, but it was a pretty satisfying end to this series. Kudos to Tom Taylor and Daniel Deniculo, I think I got that right, for giving us 7 Secrets. Now to the book that everybody has been loving in the community. Do a Powerbomb issue number 1 and do a Powerbomb issue number 2. I just got issue number 1 maybe a few days ago. It was late coming into my shop, and so I got it a few days ago. I read it last night, and I see why people loved issue number 1 of Do a Powerbomb. But if you loved issue number 1 and read through issue number 2, by the time you get to the last page, shut the front door. This whole thing changes. All the emotions change. My empathy changes. And I am raring and dying to see what's next with Do a Powerbomb. Next book up, Transformers Last Bot Standing, issue number 3. So if you can't tell by now on the cover, you have Rodimus, not Rodimus Prime, just Rodimus, which is really interesting. But he is supposedly, unless there's a swerve, the last bot standing. And his reason for being the last bot standing, his reason for wanting to be the last bot standing was really interesting. Issue number 2 was a little more playful than I thought it would be, but then got more serious towards the end. I'm enjoying the last bot, and what I thought would be IDW's Transformers Swan Song until a recent announcement and a recent listing on previews. But we'll talk about that sometime down the road. This is Last Bot Standing, issue number 3. Another book I missed from last week and I just recently picked up, Dark Crisis Worlds Without a Justice League Superman, issue number 1, with a backup story, or actually I guess a second story, because they're equally as important. They say something about the members of the Justice League. To make a long story short, Pariah in Dark Crisis has instead of killed, just stuck the members of the Justice League in these kind of paradise utopia dimensions where they get all of their hopes and dreams and wishes, but in exchange he's like siphoning off their hope energy to power this machine. Well, in these Worlds Without a Justice League books, there are one-shots showing you where all of the Justice League members are, while having their dreams come true and their hopes fulfilled. Superman gets to watch John. Well, Clark gets to watch John grow up like he did not get to in the original story with John, written by Bendis. And then the Aquaman story. Let's just say Arthur Curry is not having any of Pariah's mess. But this is a pretty good book. I enjoyed it. Maybe you'll pick it up. Maybe you'll jump on the Dark Crisis train, because it is taking away from the station. Also, look for the Dark Crisis announcement coming out of San Diego Comic-Con this year. Joshua Williamson just dropped an announcement about Dark Crisis. It's pretty interesting. Speaking of Dark Crisis and interesting, Flash 784, the B cover. Of course, this is a tie-in to Dark Crisis. Right now, Barry Allen is missing somewhere out in the multiverse, and if there's a crisis, Barry has to be somewhere, and the rest of the Flash family goes to find him, and then things go awry. So we're hopefully catching up with Barry in 784. Next book up is a book I picked up later on last week, but I had to have Moon Knight issue number 13. You know this channel. You've been here before. You know we read Moon Knight around here. And this B cover by E.M. Gist. Had to have it. Had to have it. He is in San Diego right now, and he has an exclusive Virgin cover of this cover. I'm not going to go after it now. Hopefully down the road it'll calm down a little bit. Maybe I'll grab it at a discount. But right now, this will do. We're at the Crescent Club. And we can't just have one Moon Knight book. Moon Knight Black, White, and Blood issue number 3. We have 2 Moon Knight books. So this is issue number 3, I think, of 4. With which are anthology books with 4 different Moon Knight tales from 4 different creative teams. I'll be honest, I was kind of nervous that somewhere along the line, 1 or 2 of these stories would go off the rails. They haven't yet. They've been pretty good stories. I don't know if either one has been great yet, but maybe one was a bomb for me. Maybe. I think that's because I didn't understand the art in that one story. But for the most part, I am enjoying Moon Knight, Black, White, and Blood. We'll see what issue number 3 has in store. Next book up is Miles Morales, Spider-Man, issue number 40. We are still in the Empire of the Spider, where in this alternate universe, Salem, I'm going to find out the correct pronunciation one day. But anyway, Miles' evil clone has taken over Brooklyn. I say Miles' evil clone. I don't know if it's this Miles' clone or that Miles' clone. They really haven't explained yet, and I feel like they're going to swerve us a little bit. Either way, this clone has taken over Brooklyn and kind of put it into a pocket dimension. Our Miles finds himself there with the, I think, Spider Smasher, who is a adult version of his younger sister Billy, and an older Yankee Lee, and everybody's going down to take down Salem, and interesting things happen. He's found a couple of batteries to use in his little taking of Brooklyn. I won't tell you who those batteries are, but if you read Miles Morales Spider-Man issues number 38 through 40, you'll know what I mean by batteries. Next book up, and my second to last new comic book day book, Punisher issue number 4, written by Jason Aaron. Punisher continues to be a good book. We continue to have him be the leader of the Hand, but things continue to unravel. There is a mystery going on. I have never read the God of War Ares before in a book. Ares became one of my favorite villains off of 2 pages in this book. If you check it out and see how he talks about the beast that the Hand serves, it is very hilarious. I don't know if he's supposed to be hilarious or not, but it was funny to me, and that's all I need. But Punisher issue number 4 was really good. We still get the gory, we still get the violence of Frank Castle, but there are questions. All right, one back issue I picked up from my shop, and I needed to have it. Transformers issue number 12. Even though there is Optimus Prime slander afoot, I had to grab it because I am trying to start reading the Marvel's Transformers books, and I don't think they're on Comixology, so I may have to actually hunt down these books personally. But I'm really intrigued by some of the things I've heard about this series, and I want to, try and catch up and read some. My last newish new comic book day book is Rogues issue number 3, written by Joshua Williamson. Oversized black label book where the Rogues basically come out of retirement, either voluntarily or by force, to try and get into Gorilla City and steal Grodd's gold. I hear things go off the rails, and on the Flash TV show, Captain Cole had a saying that said, "Make the plan, execute the plan, plan for the plan to go awry, throw away the plan," something like that. It sounds like he's gonna have to live up to his mantra in this book. So we're gonna check out Rogues number 3. After I check out Rogues number 2, I've been slacking, but this has been a great series. A lot of people like it, so I assume I will too. My next couple of books are actually Whatnot pickups, and they come with a nice, funny little story. The first one, I didn't actually know what I was bidding on. I kind of knew what I was bidding on, but I didn't know the rules when I was bidding. I was at work, and so I was bidding, and I kind of won a bid for a book. I thought it was multiple books. It turned out to be one book, and they let me choose, and I grabbed this Peach Momoko Punchline issue number 1, which, after getting it and seeing it up close, I actually really like this book. I really like the fact that I grabbed this book in particular. I'm kind of glad I made that pick. Nice book. And then my last book and my second Whatnot pickup is a book I've been waiting on. I've been waiting to pounce on. I didn't want to overpay for it. And I was just hanging around Frankie's Whatnot one day, and I snagged the Virgin version of the Peach Momoko. I think it's Champions Outlawed issue number 1 with Miles Morales on the cover. I have been looking at this cover for probably about a year, but as you know, I am not trying to overpay for books in this hobby, and this was probably a half to a third of the price most people have charged for this book. So it worked out pretty well. Got me a really stellar copy of this book, really clean. And yeah, that was my last pickup, and that was it for the re-up. I hope you enjoyed yourself. I hope you saw something you liked. If you did enjoy yourself, go ahead, hit that like button. And if you want to keep up with me, picking up my comics wherever I may get them from, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. Of course, feel free to leave comments. And as we always do at this time, love yourself, love others, and I will be back in a flash.